First off, I just want to congratulate Sean and his team. They were well prepared. They're well coached. Good players, and that's a good basketball team that I think has a chance to win the Big East. Obviously, we're hurt. That we hate losing. I hate losing. Our kids hate losing. It hurts to lose that way. You got a chance to get a stop like that. You talk about that in practice a lot, right? You got one stop to win the game, and in this case, it was to extend the game. And we don't execute a ball screen coverage, and we got to work to get to the point we can win that extra possession. Certainly, you talk about fighting back in it. Are you proud? They just asked me on the radio show, are you proud of that? Absolutely. I'm proud of I believe in our kids. I love our kids. I'm proud of their fight. But that is to be expected, guys. You're expected to fight like that. I mean, it's a blessing to be able to run out of that tunnel and play in a game like that, in an atmosphere like that. You're supposed to fight. So am I proud of it? Yes. I think it's something that we need to do for 40 minutes. I did not think we did that for 40 minutes tonight. But I am pleased that we fought back in it. It's just something that should be expected and should be a part of putting that jersey on. And we're still figuring that out. But I believe this team can get there.
Take us through that last, sounds like it was strategic for you to get the technical on the timeout call.
Yeah, so, you're sitting there because Sean calls timeout, and he's calling timeout to try to miss. And so, and we have, we practice all the time, throw at the length, every college basketball team does. And so, you're thinking about it, okay, he misses. If you call timeout because you don't have any, it's a technical foul. Do you get the ball back? Because they'll get 2 free throws, but then now you got a chance to throw it long. And I checked with the lead official, Joe, and I said, Joe, if I get a technical on the miss, I just want to make sure we get the ball and get a chance to throw it long. It's going to be a 1-possession game, even if he makes both of the free throws. I said, but it's not one of those things that you can evaluate it as it's coming off the rim. Like if you notice, Joe is standing right there beside me. And I'm saying, I want it. If we miss, I want it because you're playing the odds. I think you have a better chance with 0.7 or more, really 0.3 or more, to throw at the length, catch it, and shoot it to extend the game. Then you have to get the defensive rebound. You got to take a dribble, and then you throw a 70-footer, and you got to get a good break. Now, in hindsight, the way it came off and the way that we got it out, it looked like we would have had a chance to get a shot at the rim. But you had to make that decision sooner. And honestly, guys, if I had to make that decision again, I'd do the same thing because I do think it was the right decision, even though it might not have made sense to everybody watching at the time. The part that eats you up is you got a chance to get a stop to tie the game, right? And they set a high ball screen, and we all in college basketball work on that. And I'm not picking on those guys. I mean, Vic and David DeJoyce, oh my gosh, they led us tonight. They led us back tonight in a lot of ways. And they're the two involved in that, but that's where we got to communicate like we're communicating in front of 12,000, and you guys that have been in our practices know we say that a lot.
Kenyon came into the locker room, and the guys said he lit him up pretty good, and obviously it had an effect. They played a lot better in the second half.
I didn't know. I honestly did not know that, but he came in after the game and talked to our team, and what an honor. I mean, we're talking about one of the greatest players ever play our game, one of the greatest competitors, winners, and his jersey hangs here. So what I'll say is this. I can't tell you how bad I want it for our team and for the people that support this program, for the people that have played in this program and coached. I can't tell you how bad I want us to get to where we're supposed to be as a Cincinnati basketball program. I don't say the word I promise, but I promise we'll freaking get there. And I mean, we'll get there or I'll damn be in the grave. And it's that simple. Like, we will get there. And you look at that building tonight, and you want it so bad for those people. They deserve it. You want it so bad for these kids. They deserve it. And we will get there. And Kenyon Martin or the list of former players in there tonight, are you kidding me? I mean, if I start going, I'll leave somebody out. and feel bad. Lloyd Batts played in the 70s. He was a hell of a player. He was here tonight. Steve Logan's here tonight. I mean, Ruben Patterson's here. I mean, you keep going down the list. I want it so bad for those people and the people that support this program. That environment tonight is the best environment I've ever been a part of as a college basketball player, coach. And I've been a part of a lot of cool environments. It's the best I've ever been a part of. And I hate we can't get over the hump for the people that are supporting us, but we freaking will.
Wes, you guys managed to keep Kunkel from really making a big effect today. What did you see when you scouted him? What was kind of the game plan to make sure he didn't get hot?
He shoots the heck out of it, and that's pretty obvious. Our guys know that. What he does really well, other than shoot it, is drive it right. And, you look at him and you might go, he's not a guy that drives it and finishes around the basket, but he's really effective left to right, and they do all that stuff side to side and dribble handoff. And then going left, he can really shoot it. You look at their lineup, all 5 guys average double figures in their starting lineup. You can't not guard one guy. But Kunkel's obviously a huge key. And you saw when he wasn't playing, it affected their team in the games that he was out with the concussion. I thought for the most part, we did a decent job on Nungy, and then we really worked on he's going to go to the high ball late. We talked about it, showed film of it, worked at it, and we did a pretty good job of it, but we weren't quite aggressive enough, and he gets the big 3 at the top of the key, and then we didn't execute our coverage a couple times, and boom, gets off his right hand. So I thought we did there. And then Fremantle making the 3, that one hurt a little bit because you just don't expect that, but you can't dare college basketball players to shoot 3s. Like, they dared Vic to shoot 1, and he made it, and he doesn't shoot a lot of 3s. So that thing goes both ways.
What was it about that opening segment that felt like kind of snowballed a little bit earlier? Was there anything you could tell, or just turned it over a couple times and couldn't get a shot to go down?
Guys, our guys were ready to play in terms of they're excited. They wanted to come out and play well. They practiced great the last couple of days. They were alert and shoot around today. I'm sure they warmed up great. I didn't even ask our staff today because, of course, you're ready to play in that environment. So I don't think it's a not ready to play thing. I think it's a not ready to play the right way thing. And all of a sudden, you're not moving the ball. You're not executing. You're forcing things. You're turning the ball over. You're not sprinting back in transition, so it compounds. I mean, the first transition D is one of the biggest keys to playing them. Everybody here knows that. And the first possession of the game, they get an uncontested dunk with all 5 back. So it wasn't that we weren't ready to play. We weren't ready to play the right way. And so people go, well, dang, you end up scoring 77, you climb back in. What adjustments did you make? I mean, we played big with Odie and Vic. But outside of that, we didn't make any damn adjustments. We just started playing how we practice on offense. We started moving the ball. We started playing with passion and togetherness. And all of a sudden, easy baskets find their way to you. Dunks find their way to you, that type of thing. So we got to be a team, Chad, that plays the right way for 40 minutes, not for 15 or 20.
2 more questions.
Marshall in the back.
Talked about ball movement a little bit there. How much was shot selection a problem in the first half with you guys shooting under 30% from the field?
It was poor. I mean, shot selection, ball movement, they're one and the same, right? Ball sticks, try to do too much, don't share it to the open guy, take bad shots, turn the ball over. That we all saw it. I saw it. And again, we didn't call different plays or change our offensive structure. I thought we just started playing with togetherness and flow and running, getting live ball stops, and things opened up for us a little bit.
Final question.
Wes, poise is something that I'm sure you want to see in your team, and you saw it in the second half. What was the key to making sure you guys played with poise coming out of the second half?
We didn't talk a lot about poise. I mean, you want your team to play with poise, no question, but that wasn't part of the conversation at halftime. The conversation was about playing our asses off, playing together. I spent less time talking about X and O's that halftime than probably any time in 12 years as a head coach. This is about playing your asses off and playing together and playing the right way. And listen, Kenyon Martin spoke to him at halftime. I probably didn't even walk in there, so I'm not going to say that I had anything to do with it. I thought we decided collectively we were going to play harder, and we found some better results in the second half.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Wes.